As I'm standing there, these four men come in and they were looking at these games on the wall, but they were staring at me. It wasn't paranoia, I wasn't imagining it. And you know, when you feel like you're going to collapse, everything seemed like it was in slow motion, and then this guy just started filming me.
Window shopping was about safety, not sales, looking always for an obsessed former colleague who said he wanted to both love and kill her. But when the stalker couldn't stay hidden, he recruited others to follow her, to make her fear for her life.
Constant thinking that, you know, someone's going to kill me. Today, maybe it's today.
Janice constantly checks who's nearby after years of being gang-stalked in Liverpool. To protect her identity, how she looks now, she's portrayed by an actress and we've changed her name. This is how she described the moment the gang first appeared.
I had a game, I was taken back to a shop. And there was this really long queue, and as I'm standing there, these four men come in and they were looking at these games on the wall, but they were staring at me. It wasn't paranoia, I wasn't imagining it. And you know, when you feel like you're going to collapse, everything seemed like it was in slow motion, and then this guy just started filming me. Then he like smirked. Never seen any of them before, ever. I felt literally trapped. If they're so brazen to do that in front of me, what else could they do?
Janice's steps have been traced repeatedly, yet those who block exits, bump into her, terrify her, have never been caught. By the time she's begged shop staff or security to call police, they've fled. CCTV footage hasn't helped. Her original stalker's untraceable.
Could we look at which barristers are available with stalking expertise?
Solicitor Rachel Horman helps stalking victims nationwide from her practice in Blackburn. She says gang cases aren't unheard of.
I've got several cases where that is happening, and it makes it very, very difficult because you can't tackle all of them. You don't even know who they all are. And psychologically, for a victim, it's awful because every time they leave the house, everybody is a potential stalker because they don't know who they are, who they're looking for. And it can make people become quite paranoid, understandably, and they just stop trusting anybody or stop leaving the house. So it really is horrific.
If the stalker has told a particular story about the person, then everyone else could feel completely justified in joining in the campaign.
Dr. Jane Monckton-Smith understands the psychology of gang stalking. The expert on methods to stop stalkers says some build a fictional backstory of love lost.
Sometimes people will be drawn into helping because they think they're doing the right thing. They might have been told a story that, look, I really like this girl and I think if I just can get her attention, and then the friend will go and say, well, just talk to him, he's lovely. And before you know it, that person's involved in the stalking campaign without even knowing it. Some people get involved for other reasons, but I think most people have no idea of the impact.
A life lived on edge is the impact on Janice. Lived away from anywhere she believes the gang could spot her. Lived in fear she could join those for whom stalking ends the worst way.
Women feel like they're slowly being murdered. Well, I feel like that, and I feel like I can't tell anyone that. That nightmare's never ended for me.